Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Gers. I'm going to be the mentor for today's pitching event. I am the head of research at StartupBlink, and yeah, we will be starting shortly. As it says in the screen, please introduce yourself on the chat, where you are, your name, what you're working on, and yeah, just a reminder that we are very interested in everyone's feedback today, not just not just my feedback. So we would like to invite you to participate as much as possible in the chat, asking specifically providing feedback because we won't be doing the asking of questions. Given the limited time, but provide specific feedback to the founders pitching. Thank you. Hello, for the ones that have just joined. My name is Gers. I will be the mentor for today. We will be starting very, very shortly in 1 or 2 minutes. Let's give a bit more chance to people to join. But meanwhile, please feel free to introduce yourself on the chat. As you know, we highly value feedback in these sessions from the audience. So yeah, please present yourself with name, location, and the project you are working on. So yeah, we'll start in 1 or 2 minutes. Thanks. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for everyone that has joined today. As I have mentioned before, my name is Gers Fisman. I am the head of research at StartupBlink, working with data and consulting projects in the company. Very excited to be here. I'm going to be the mentor for today's session. I would like to think of it as more of a facilitator because the feedback is expected to come mostly from the audience. As I said, please introduce yourself on the chat with name, location, what you're working on currently, and share anything that you might think is useful. Okay. So yeah, this is a pitching event for today. As you know, we do them monthly. So feel have us on your, join our newsletter so you get notified whenever we run one. It's usually at the end of each month. So yeah, I'm gonna give a brief introduction to Startup Blink before we jump right into the pitching session. So basically, Startup Blink is a global startup ecosystem research center. We study startup ecosystems around the world. We are best known for our Global Startup Ecosystem Index, which we publish every year, ranking more than 100 countries and 1,000 cities according to the strength of their startup ecosystem. We also have this map, which basically fits our database for these rankings. So we want to invite you to add your startup on startuplink.com/startups. We, besides ranking ecosystems, we also rank the startups themselves with our SV score. So that will, when you include your startup, you will reveal your SV score. We are powered by partners around the world. SEMrush and Crunchbase are our major data partners, and we also have partners like geographical partners, cities, countries, regions around the world that facilitate us with data about their startup ecosystems so we can get the best insights possible. So as I said, my name is Gers. I'm the mentor today. I'm the head of research at Startup Blink. I am based in Madrid, Spain. Uh, I I have been working at StartupBlink for 4 years now. Very exciting work we do here with startups, startup ecosystem developers, and all kinds of stakeholders in the ecosystem. I'm going to take 1 minute to present the format of this pitching session. The first thing is that we will be having 6 startups pitching today. The first this is not in the order in which they will be pitching, but we have High Tribe, Genius Orchestra, Forward, Enable Talent, Shipper, and Mindigo. The first one to pitch will be Genius Orchestra. Okay, so what is the goal? The idea for these sessions is to help you improve your pitch by leveraging the collective brain of the session and prepare for next time that you have to do this in front of investors, clients, etc. It's a unique opportunity to get feedback. You will be having 5 minutes. The founders will have 5 minutes counted with a timer to present. We believe that less is more, and you should focus on delivering an elevator pitch tailored to your specific target, investor or client, with the goal of getting them to say, "Tell me more." It's the idea is for it to be interactive. We want most of the feedback to come from the attendees of the session. So please make sure you provide the feedback on the Q&A. And it's not just me providing feedback to the startups, okay? We want the feedback to be concise. Don't ask questions because for time reasons, we won't be able to have the founders answer any questions. The idea is for them to present, us to give the feedback, both the QA and my feedback, and then jump for the next founder, no response time from the founder. I will be doing this in 2 minutes. There's no need to reply. We will be voting for the best pitch in the end, and the winner will be the winner startup will be featured on our audience news on our newsletter that has an audience of more than 50,000 people. And yeah, let's please return every first Wednesday of the month to see new startups pitching, and bring your friends, of course. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Well, this is the last slide, sorry. So I'm going to now give the floor to Kyo or Kayo. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, from Genie's Orchestra. So yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you. Not very loud, but yeah, I think. Can you speak
Is
it again?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can. Great.
Okay.
So yeah, the floor is yours, Kyo. Thanks.
Okay, let's get started. Have you ever had this experience? You walk into the apparel store casually and start to talk to staff. 10 minutes later, you bought something. Actually, shop staff contribute to boosting sales by up to 35%, but e-commerce has no staff. It means they miss out on these opportunities. Genie's Orchestra is a sales assistant AI for your website, like a shop staff. Genie uses voice chat to help customers buy your product and upsell, cross-sell, and also supports to satisfy customers. Genie makes online shopping feel like visiting a real store. Our feature is a unique patent pending recommendation logic. This is typing just free for users, so shops can easily collect important information more than others. That's the point to make our core competence compared with the competitors. The TAM is going to hit 112 billion with 225 million shops by 2030. We target Shopify and voice commerce. We'll get 5% share and 0.3 billion sales. Our business model is B2B subscription. The prices are from $30 to $100 a month for shops. It depends on the number of sessions. Our traction is for clients on R&D, the MRR $500. 18 months later, our client's gonna be 10K with MRR 250K. We have direct and indirect competitors like chat services and LLM services. We stand out the accurate search by voice conversation history with patents. We'll focus on Shopify in the US and Parallel. After 2 years, we'll cover all industries and countries through Shopify partners. We're gonna raise 500K. It helps us to get 1K clients and 300K ARR. I'm Kyo of Miami. We have 10 members. I have some experience in Japan. Our team has been in the AI market for a decade. In addition, we have Shopify partners that cover 200 potential clients and alliance with the University of Washington. Last year, we got survey with 151 users who are 20s to 50s American. The result shows that around 70% users want to use Genie's Orchestra. Thank you. And I would like to make a demo. And then I'm gonna switch the share screen, just a sec. This is Japanese traditional apparel, side kimono, And if I say, hey, Jenny,
Hello, how can I assist you today with your shopping needs at Genie's, Maruvisa?
I'm looking for a Japanese kimono for my daughter. She loves pink or red color and use it for New Year's. We are beginners. The set is the better. The price should be less than $500. Do you have any recommendations? This current is pilot version. It takes a little bit time, but we can shorten this time. He should show some product along with the request.
I found some lovely kimono sets for your daughter that fit your preferences and budget. 1. Girls Japanese Yukata Heka Obi get a 3-item set.
Like this. How to maintain kimono? Do you know it?
Maintaining a kimono involves a few key steps to ensure it stays in good condition. Here are some general tips. 1. Cleaning asterisk. Kimonos are often made from delicate fabrics, so it's best to avoid machine washing.
Like this. And last is, I want to know your refund policy.
Our refund policy at Genie's, Maruvisa is as follows. If you receive defective
Like this, Genie can handle all information to recommend the best product. Time up?
Sorry? Yeah,
Okay.
we're
Okay,
already
cool.
on time. So yeah.
Okay, got it. So I'd like to show administration side also, but yeah, the
Okay.
finish.
Great. Thank you, Kyo. Thank you. Very interesting to see your product. I recommend people to I remind people that it would be great for us to get your feedback on the chat, but we don't yet have anything. So let me go with my feedback. So the first thing I would have loved to to get I didn't get a presentation from you, which was a bit like jumping straight to the point was a bit unnatural. So I think always presenting yourself and who you are and why you're talking about it's very could be very helpful to humanize the pitching process, right? Um, let me talk a little bit about after that small piece of feedback. Let me talk about what Sersa is saying. uh, they are saying that you define the problem very clearly, so it's very good. It is so good practice to show your product in use. It is needed to show exact customer experience to impress investors. Well done. But of course, you need to accelerate the speed of the answer. It should be more human-like conversation. Yeah. So that on the product side, I guess. Uh, on the presentation side, I would have. It was very fast for me. You went through all the slides like extremely fast, so
Yeah.
it was a bit difficult to get up to speed with it. But I do think the product looks very interesting. The idea is very cool. I definitely see what the problem is. So refining the genie. I'm sure it will be really interesting for businesses and clients to have this possibility instead of just a chat, right? So if you make it more conversation like and a bit less robotic, I'm pretty sure it would be a very
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
very interesting product. But yeah, I think it was a very interesting pitch. So thank you very much, Kio.
Thank you.
I invite people to also give feedback on the chat. Continue giving feedback.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you very much for
Thank
for
you.
joining us. It's been a
Yeah, I
pleasure.
appreciate it.
I wish you great success with Ginny.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks. Next on, we have a team forward, and I'm pretty sure for forward we'll have two people from forward, Wenyi Mo, CEO and co-founder, and Akshay Pimpalkar, CTO and co-founder. So welcome to Wenyi and Akshay.
Thanks a lot. I guess Wen is joining, but until then, I'll share my screen.
Yeah. I think we have you both already. So yeah, welcome, and the floor is yours.
Great.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, just a minute. It takes time. Okay, perfect. We can start.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So, hi, everyone. We're Forward, and we use AI and infrared thermography to detect the cattle diseases. A few months ago, I've talked with a dairy farmer in Baden-Württemberg, and he told me that mastitis hit over half of their herd. And in only 3 months, they lost 50,000 euro, and they had to remove 20 cows from their herd. And unfortunately, he's not alone. After talking with 50 dairy farmers, we figured out a big problem, which is the cattle diseases. In Germany alone, 72% of cows get sick every year, and only mastitis result in financial losses of 500 million euro. And behind each case, there are extra labor costs, treatment expenses, lower milk production, and milk losses. And currently, farmers rely on the frequent checkups, which means they need to put a lot of extra effort, and they might oversee the cases without any visible signs. They can do the lab tests, which are accurate but time-consuming, or they can buy the wearable devices. Some of them might work, but very expensive, and also can stress the cow. And at Forward, we offer an innovative solution. And my co-founder Shay, he will present our approach to you.
Thank you, Wenny. So before diving deeper into our solution, let's have a look at these two images. Visually speaking, both the images look exactly the same, and both the cattle look healthy. However, after looking at the thermal data, you can see the right cattle is unhealthy. At Forward, we utilize this invisible information to provide farmers with the tool to help keep their cows healthy. Our advanced computer vision and data analysis model processes this thermal data to identify diseases like mastitis, lameness, or other health conditions like heat stress or cold stress. This helps the farmer to identify the problem as early as a week, reducing the seriousness of the disease and reducing the cost. At Forward, we are not just developing the tool for the farmers, but our solution is well suited for the veterinarian as well. Let's see Forward in action. In the demo, we have Johannes, one of our first pilot customer, who is trying to analyze his cattle using our solution. Once he has taken enough images, he gets instant result if his cattle is sick or not. Here we show how the thermal data is collected, and on the right we show how easy it is to see the health indicators of the cattle. Forward has seen tremendous growth in last few months. We already have 10 plus pilot customer who are willing to support us in our data collection and validation phase. We have reached here by conducting 50 plus customer interviews with dairy farmers, veterinarians, and researchers. After meticulously understanding the problem, we have launched our MVP on 2 different farms. But wait a minute, you must be thinking, how is this solution feasible for larger farms with thousands of cows? You are absolutely right. The solution which we presented is designed for smaller farms with 50 to 100 cows. Our bigger vision is to launch an automated monitoring system which will scan each passing cow, similar to the scanners which we have at airport to scan our luggages. Utilizing our already trained Forward algorithm, this solution will be fully automated, will be scalable to larger farms, and will be cost efficient. Now let's head back to Venny to understand the subscription model.
Thanks, Akshay. So at Forward, we offer a subscription model based on farm size. For example, for a farm with 100 cows, we can help them to save at least 20,000 euro per year. And after talking with the farmers, they've already validated our business model and willing to pay us 2,500 euro per year. So we plan to charge 2 euro per cow per month. And let's look at the market. There are 1.5 billion cows globally, and it represents a market of 36 billion euro. And currently, the market is growing fast, so more consumers are looking for organic products, and the antibiotic regulation is becoming stricter. Yeah, we've started our project in October last year, and we've collected the data from 3 farms already and built our initial algorithm. And currently, we're refining our product based on the user feedbacks. We're looking for angel investment to help us launch the pilot program with 20 farms, and in June, we will expand our service to 50 farms and prepare for the seed round. Our team has a strong mix from business and technology, and Vinny and I specialize in strategic finance. My co-founder Akshay, who is the expert of computer vision and AI. Also, we're backed by the domain expert, and also they guide us every single step of the way. So at Forward, we can help the farmers to save 400 liters of milk per cow every year. So join us and let's revolutionize the livestock industry together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Wani. Akshay, I think it was a very, very interesting presentation and really excited to see these kinds of products in the pitching event. Let me see if we have any feedback from the audience. Not yet, so let me start with mine. I think the presentation was very well structured. You presented a pretty big problem, but you also showed that you have a quite niche product. So you're going after mastitis, and you currently at least in the early stages of your business, you're after mastitis, and that's really what you're doing. And I think that's great to be so clear about. I also found it very, very cool to be able to see the way in which you guys showed how simple it is for the product to work. So if it is indeed that simple, I think it's a great product. One thing that I missed a little bit was that you mentioned that you have validated that farmers are willing to pay 2,500 per month or 2 euros per cow, whatever. So I was wondering if this is actually something that you've already done, like you've already sold, or this is something that the farmers have told you. If it is something that you're already selling, it would be great to mention, look, this is the traction we have. We've sold to these 2 farmers or 3 farmers, whatever, and have like a slide of success stories or something like that. This success story slide, I think, would be a great addition to the presentation. Let me also show, I have only 10 seconds, so let me mention one of the comments we have from the audience, which is that your introduction has dramatic effect, which is successful. You might add how your tech analyze or how you transform invisible data to visible data, because someone who is not familiar with your technology or farming might have difficulty to understand. Overall, interesting presentation. I think Sersa makes a great point. Depending on whether you're presenting to a generalist or someone to a specific investor, you can, of course, to us generalists, I think it's all right to mention very superficially how does it work, but if you probably will need to go much deeper into how the model works if you're presenting to someone with knowledge of agriculture or AI or whatever. So yeah, in general, thank you very much, Akshay, Wenyi. Great presentation, great product. I wish you great success. Okay.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
And also thanks for the feedback.
Yeah.
Yes, no worries. Bye.
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 Okay, so thank you to the team at Forward for the presentation. I think it was very interesting. The next startup to present today will be Mindigo, and the founder is Alejandro. So yeah, welcome Alejandro and Mindigo.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen.
Are you Alejandro?
Yes, I am Alejandro.
Okay.
I'm just using IceTest Computer, which is
Oh,
my
okay,
other
okay.
co-founder.
Okay. No problem.
Let
Yeah.
me see.
Please, thank you very much. Welcome, Alejandro. I
Thank
will
you
mute
so
myself
much.
and the floor is yours. You have 5 minutes. Thanks.
Thank you so much. So I'm ready. Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Alejandro. I'm coming from the mental health startup Mindigo. At Mindigo, our mission is to support parents to help their children's mental health anxiety. Before diving in, I want to share with you what was the seed that inspired us to do all of this. Not long ago, like a 6-7 months ago, a friend from London shared her story about her 9-year-old daughter, Emma. Emma used to be very active kid and very happy kid, but one day she started to lose interest in going to the school, doing activities, playing outside with friends. Her mother, very worried, goes to NHS, which is the the health system here in the UK, asking for help, just to find out that the waiting list to get for a therapy was 2 years waiting list. Imagine how frustrating not having money to pay for a private therapist and not knowing what to do. So this was kind of the seed, and we realized that when we started to research more about this topic, the problem was much bigger and depressing than expected. Actually, Emma is not alone here, but almost all children that suffer from anxiety symptoms do not have access to effective treatment. So basically, the UK system, health system is not in a good shape, but it is also happening around the world. This is very concerning because in general, 20% of children has mental health disorders, and we as parents struggle to know what to do because we are not expert on the field. So 26% attempt suicide, which is even more depressing. So yeah, the problem is huge. So what we tried to do in this case was to create a platform that enable parents, is a platform for parents to develop the skills necessary to manage their child's anxiety. So in here, we include tools, chatbots, assessments. So parents don't need to wait, no more referrals, no more waiting time. They just can focus, they have something in their hands, in the phone with the app. I have here a demo because actually the app is already almost built, 90% there, I would say. So the idea of the app is that here we are including, this is a check-in, no? We want to see how is the mental health state of our children every day. We can have many children that are added to the app, but we have different factors. This day is happy, this day is sad, and why. We can write also kind of a diary of why is there. And we could also see like the state, you will see now that I'm going there towards the previous, this is this month, the previous month. So you can see all the check-in entries and you see which factors there basically the child had to have this mood. This is very useful because you can see a track that you will be able to, oops, I posted, sorry. You will be able to share with therapists and how we will see you before. We also include questionnaires. These are not developed by us. These are professional questionnaires from therapists where basically you select the child in this case where you want to do the questionnaire for, and you answer the questions and you will get some feedback in just there of how was your kid's mental health. And you can see the story, the historic of that. We are adding more questionnaires, more and more questionnaires. We are adding also meditations there. We are adding stories also for children. It's important. This app is not for child. This app is for parents, for parents to help the child, because it's proven actually that parent-guided cognitive behavioral therapy is even more effective than going for a therapist itself. So we can see the reports here. You see, you can export the reports and maybe you can share it with the therapist to see how was your child's mental health. So therapists can assess that and can also see why is it like that, right?
No problem. No problem. Thank you, Alejandro. It's a pleasure to have how is it pronounced? Mindigo?
Mindigo, yeah, from Mind.
Mindigo.
Mindigo. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting app there. It's definitely a big problem that you showed there, and the yeah, and it's kind of also, I don't want to say it, but a bit trendy. Like the mental health space is very hot, I guess. So it's a good space to be in. I do want to give some feedback regarding the structure, and because you spent 2 minutes, out of 5 minutes that you had, you spent 2 minutes describing the problem, and I think you should try to improve those numbers. The story at the beginning is really interesting. As Cersa says, that it should be visualized. You should emphasize more on what makes you unique and your competitor advantages. That's another feedback that he has. But in regarding the structure, I think you spend way too much time defining the problem, because the problem is quite obvious. And I mean, it's not obvious, but once you mention it, you took like 30 seconds to mention it, and then just putting forward and forward more information that I think it wasn't needed to understand that it was a good a real problem. And then I mean, I know it's great to have a demo, but it was also quite a long demo that then made you had to go very fast on where you currently at, the current status of the product. You said that you will be launching, but you just said that not more details. You didn't say if you have tested it, etc. So I do think you need to give some thought to how you structure these presentations. I mean, of course, from our side, we just give our feedback. We don't own the truth, of course, but I do think there was kind of the some more thinking about the message that you want to show. Some thinking on that would be good, because and some better management of the time you're allowed in general, because you show the product, and it looks that you have a good product, etc. But then the next steps, or who's your competition, what are the next steps, etc. All those things were done very fast, because you didn't have enough time.
Yeah,
So
I was in a
I
rush.
think that's my main feedback. But it looks like you guys have a really interesting product there, and that you have put a lot of work on it, because it seems like you have a really cool app there. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great launch when you do it. You said next month. Please make sure that you share when exactly it is on the chat, and if you have any event or online webinar or whatever. And yeah, I wish you great success to you and your team. Thank you very much for joining
Thank
us
you so
today,
much.
Alejandro.
Thank you so much
Have a
for the
nice day.
opportunity.
No, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
The next person we have today will be Rafa from Shipper. We will be inviting him soon to join as a panelist. Yeah. Hello, Rafa.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. So
All
yeah,
right.
welcome.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Welcome to you. Please share your screen and the floor is yours. You have 5 minutes to present. Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. So, hey guys, today I have the absolute pleasure to be presenting you my idea, Shipper. Attracting new customers is an ongoing challenge for many restaurants and bars. And this is true for really any kind of establishment, but mainly restaurants and bars, and mainly in Lisbon, where we are located. Why? Because this is a highly competitive market and it's really hard to stand out. And so we asked ourselves, well, how are these establishments currently standing out? And what we understood is the main way to stand out is by creating deals. And what are deals? With deals, think of promotions, discounts, offers, daily menus, happy hours, anything that would attract the customer to go to the establishment and try it out. So we went outside and we realized that there's plenty of deals in Lisbon. It's the way they're promoting them where we found there's a potential opportunity to do a better job. Because like I said, we went outside and these are the solutions we found. So it's either big signs that are static, that just tell you that you have to go by foot, look at it, and you won't get any kind of metric about it, or it's going to be social media ads that can be quite expensive, or it's something like the fork that kind of feels like a one-size-fits-all solution. Hence why we came up with Shipper, which is our solution. And the way that Shipper would work is we have a mobile app already available in main stores. And Shipper works like a marketplace for all sorts of deals related with restaurants and bars in Lisbon. And then we have Shipper Business, which is a web app that would be used by the establishments for them to oversee all the deals and metrics in our platform. Now, how exactly does Shipper work? So the way we operate is we work with three groups of people. We have our users, we have the establishments, the restaurants and bars. And like I said, it's not just about promoting the deals, it's also about promoting the restaurant. And who better to do that than influencers? So let's check out how each of these relations actually work. So between establishments and users, Shipper will allow users to find the best deals, to discover new places, and to engage with new establishments. With establishments and influencers, Shipper will allow influencers to create quality content, and for establishments to boost brand visibility and to create new partnerships. And finally, but not least, between users and influencers, Shipper will allow users to enjoy engaging content created by the influencers and also reviews by trusted influencers, and will also allow influencers to share authentic experiences. Now that we know that, let's see some of the ways that make Shipper different. So when we highlight 4 different features on our site, the first one are personalized recommendations. We use AI and we take the user's location and the user's preferences to deliver tailored recommendations. It's all about the right deal for the right person at the right time at the right place. Following up, we have customized marketing powered by influencers. So we have a big network of influencers working with us, and we send an influencer to establishment to create content about the deal so that the user has a better know-how about how the deal is experienced. Then we have the digital loyalty card, in which every time you go to establishment, you get a stamp every time you spend money there. And once you gather X amount of stamps, you're gonna get a reward. And we made a digital version of this. And finally, real-time insights, where as an establishment, you can see how your deals are performing by looking at our insights and metrics. But now the biggest question, how do we actually make money? So right now, we are not charging our users, we're just charging the establishments. And the way we're doing is the following. We're charging a 15 euro monthly subscription, plus a 5% commission for every client that we take to the establishment via Shipper. And the cool part is that a part of that commission will actually go to the influencer. And why is this cool? Because it's a win-win situation in which the establishment, we will only charge them more if we actually bring more customers into the establishment. And the influencer will be motivated because he will also get a fee for every person that he takes to the establishment via shipper. And now having that said, just to show you where we are right now, we launched more or less 2 months ago. We already have over 1,300 users using our app. We already have 3 signed customers with us, 3 signed establishments, and we have a network of 10 influencers. All of this was bootstrapped so far, and we are just starting. So if you have any questions, please let us know, and thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Rafa. Very, very cool. Very nice last slide. It's always exciting to see what the traction is after a few months after launching. So congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
And yeah, let me start with the feedback. Well, I'll start with feedback from the audience. So, by the way, thank you very much to Sersa that he or she, I don't know, sorry, has been giving feedback to all the presentations. So thank you very much. So they say your presentation is plain and simple, away from distraction. So that's a good point. Your diagrams are useful to show interactions between stakeholders, but it is not fully clear for some parts. Needed more examples, maybe. Yeah, I am with Sersa on this one. You know what, it wasn't fully clear. I mean, the problem was clear to me, how the problem with establishments not being able to differentiate themselves and the current solutions not being great. But I didn't fully understand how the interactions worked, specifically the one where the influencers fit here. So it wasn't fully clear. So maybe an example or something would have made it more clear for me, but it wasn't exactly clear what is the role of the influencers in the app. Although at a high level, I do think it's really, really cool to include the influencers in these mechanisms, because they exist. They are already working with establishments. They are followed by users. So it's, of course, very smart to get them somehow inside of apps as well. But it wasn't fully clear to me how this was done. And one other point that wasn't, well, you mentioned competitors. I mean, I don't know if there's someone doing something relatively similar to you. You mentioned the fork and Facebook ads and whatever. So I mean, those are not direct competitors, right? Although they maybe are the only people doing something within the space. But what I missed was maybe a slide of, I don't know if this is only you, this business is only you, or you have the team, and also a slide on if you are looking, like, what is your goal with these presentations? Is it just to show the product to the world, or is it, if that's the case, maybe it makes sense, but not to have a slide of if you're looking raising money, etc. Maybe there could be an interesting slide of why we're looking for money, how much do we need, and what do we want to do with it. So yeah, those are my comments, I guess. Besides that, really great presentation. I agree with Sersa. It's very, very clear in general, except the part for the influencers, and very nice to see that there's already traction. So keep it up, and good luck, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for the feedback. Have a nice day.
No worries. Bye. So thank you very much to our presenters. We had 2 more, but they didn't join. So give me a second to continue showing my screen. But the next step, thank you very much to all the presenters again. Also, thank you very much to Sersa for giving so much feedback, so much interesting feedback. It was really cool to see. And yeah, we will be doing now, what we will be doing is the voting. I remind the audience that they can vote for the best pitch, and the winner will be featured on our 50K plus audience newsletter. So please, the tech support, open up the voting. Amazing. So you have the voting on screen. We'll have a few one minute or so to do it, and yeah. Okay, so most of the people have already voted. Please do if you haven't, and if not, we're gonna close the voting in 20 seconds. Okay, so thank you very much to the participants. We have two tied winners, and they are Genie's Orchestra and Fairward. So given that we have a tie for today, we will be showcasing both on the newsletter tomorrow. We will get in touch with you to get more information and exactly what you would want us to showcase. But congratulations. Also, congratulations to all for the pitch. It was a very nice session. Always great to have people showing their projects and practicing their pitching skills. We wish all of them success on their projects. And before closing the session, I would like to thank everybody for joining and checking out the event. Remind you that we have the first Wednesday of each month. And yeah, please visit us at the site. We have resources for you to add your startup at startuplink.com/startups. You can also download the Global Startup Ecosystem Index that I was mentioning before at report.startuplink.com. It's completely free, and you can see where your city and country rank. And yeah, register for upcoming pitching events at pitching.startuplink.com. And you can follow us on LinkedIn, X, and Facebook with @StartupBlink. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much again to all of you. It has been a pleasure. Have an amazing afternoon or day wherever you are. Thanks. Bye.